I was uncomfortable by the energy created by this book, and I mean that in the best possible way. Hi, I'm Megan, and this is Pretend She's Here. Pretend She's Here by Luanne Rice, the mega best-selling author according to Goodreads, which is just a really funny way of describing someone, is 337 pages of realistic fiction that feels more like 2 pages considering how fast I read this book. Emily Lonergan's best friend died last year, and she hasn't stopped grieving. Lizzie Porter was lively, loud, and fun, the sun to Emily's subdued moonlight. Accepting that she's gone is unthinkable. When Lizzie's parents and her sister come back to town to visit, Emily's heartened to see them. The Porters understand her pain. They miss Lizzie desperately too. But desperation can warp people, enough to make them do crazy and inconceivable things. Suddenly, Emily's life is hurtling towards a very dark place, and she's not sure she'll ever be able to return to what she once knew as real. I consumed this book. 1, because it borders on a psychological thriller, and I needed to know how it would end, and 2, to see how Emily was going to deal with her emotional turmoil. Off the bat, this book deals with some pretty heavy subjects. There is the death of a friend, where the deep connection between the 2 girls is shown through flashbacks. There were times when, if I thought enough about it, I felt the ghost of my own losses, how when someone leaves your life, there is a them-shaped void in your chest. She deals with an alcoholic mother and the fear that her family could fall apart if her mom can't keep it together. In the peripheries of the story, you see other characters struggling their own battles. A new friend that Emily makes was uprooted from her home in Boston when her mom decides that she wanted to have a new life in rural Maine. The boy that Emily begins to have inklings of romantic feelings for deals with the slow loss of his sight. And the most tragic of all is Lizzie's sister, who is left with the fallout of her parents dealing with the death of a child. The book was a train wreck of emotions, one that you couldn't look away from. I give Pretend She's Here 4 stars because it made me so viscerally uncomfortable, in a way that had me wanting more. For a while I wanted books in the same genre so that I could pour myself into the pages to the point where the rest of the world melted away in my peripherals. And to me, that's the hallmark of a good book.